Hello everybody and welcome to the Tellow Family Kitchen. We're back with new episodes after a nice summer break. Hope you had a chance to see our first season where we focused primarily on Mediterranean style cooking. And for this season, I thought, why not go with another type of cuisine that I really love, Italian style cooking. Who doesn't love Italian style cooking, right? And when you think of Italian style, what's the first thing you think of? Pizza, right? And that's what we're going to be making today. Now, I'll be honest, I've only been making pizza for a few weeks now. I'm still working on perfecting the recipe and getting a consistent taste, but we're going to give it a shot. Here's the ingredients we'll be using. We'll have some flour, we'll add some lukewarm water and yeast, mix those together and put it in, some salt, olive oil, and this is sugar. For the first step, we'll need a mixing bowl like this, and then we're going to put just a little bit of olive oil in so everything doesn't stick. Okay, after we have our oil, now we're going to add, this is half a cup of flour. I'm going to add 2 half cups to make a full cup because I'm using my full cup for the water later. There's the other half cup, so that's a full cup of flour. Next, this is a full cup of lukewarm water. To it, we're going to add this 2.25 ounces of yeast. The full package goes into the lukewarm water. And then once that changes colors like that, then we're going to add this over here to our flour. And the last ingredient on this part, we're going to add a little bit of sugar over here. Has its own measuring stick right there. Then I like to put on a cooking glove and then just mix this all together. One thing about dough, by the way, is there's many different ways to make pizza. This is just one way. You can even buy your own dough in a store. You don't have to make it if you don't want to make this part, but I just kind of thought we'd make some homemade dough today. So after we finish mixing it, we'll preheat our oven to about 100 degrees just to get a little warm so the yeast can rise, and then we'll put our dough in here, and then I like to cover it with another pan just to let it rise for about maybe 15 minutes. Then after 15 minutes, we'll take it out of the oven. And then this is what it should look like after the dough rises. Next, we'll add the final parts of the dough. We're going to do 1.5 more cups of flour. That's why I'm using half a cup. So we'll do 3 of those. 2. And then this makes 1.5 cups more of flour. And then we're going to add over here, this is a 1/4 cup of olive oil. Fill it up there. Olive oil. Okay, and then the last thing, we're going to do a teaspoon of salt. Make sure it doesn't spill there. There we go. Mix it in there. Then we'll go back to our cooking glove and mix that in. One thing I've sort of learned is that if your dough is kind of looking like this, where it's not coming together like this, you can add a little bit more oil and then mix it in some more, and that should help it come together. After a few minutes of kneading the dough, this is what we like it to look like. It's very important before you put the mozzarella cheese and pepperonis on, we'll wash our hands here. Take this roughly and then we'll split it in half. About like there. And then I like to take it, roll it in the flour. And then I have a 12.5-inch pan over here with parchment paper. What we're going to do is spray it with this olive oil cooking spray. Like that. And then you can either continue to work on the dough over here, or sometimes what's easier, you can take it over here and then start to work on it over here. And we'll stretch it out roughly the size of the pan, so that will give us about a 12.5-inch pizza. Then after we have it stretched out, one way you can make the crust is kind of by putting your hands together like this and pushing against the edges. If you'd like to make a crust, that's kind of an easy way to do it. Next, we'll get all of our ingredients on to build our pizza. This is some Rosso pesto you can buy. Some people even make their own tomato sauce, but this is probably just as easy. Get some tomato sauce on here. After the tomato sauce, then we'll add some shredded mozzarella cheese and our pepperonis. One thing I try to do is get the mozzarella as close to the crust as I can. Then after we have our mozzarella on, we'll put our pepperonis. This is the part when you can put anything you'd like on. We had some cousins in San Diego who like to put pineapples on their pizza. Then we'll preheat the oven to 450 degrees and put the pizza in for 8 to 12 minutes. Because ovens generally warm more from the back, after about halfway through, we'll rotate the pizza. So after 12 minutes, we're going to take it out of the oven and check it. Looks pretty good. And then we'll just let it cool here for a little bit before we cut it up. Then after we let it cool, we'll cut it up here with our handy dandy pizza cutter. And we'll give it a taste here. That's very good. I love mozzarella cheese. Really delicious. And thanks so much to Mom for helping run the camera. She did a great job today. And I hope you get a chance to try this pizza. And if you do, let me know what you think. Thanks so much for watching. And we'll join us again next time from the Tellow Family Kitchen.